Copperfield Avenue is a quiet residential street tucked away on the eastern coast of England. Rows of aging terraced houses stand shoulder to shoulder, their brick walls weathered by years of cold sea wind drifting in from the nearby shore. Just a short walk away lies the famous Golden Mile. Bright lights, arcades, laughter, and the endless sound of waves crashing against the beach of Great Yarmouth. To most people, it was simply another peaceful street in another ordinary seaside town. But no one could have imagined that one ordinary day in Great Yarmouth would become one of the town's most haunting and unforgettable mysteries, a day that would leave behind a question nobody could answer. What happened to Daniel Entwistle, a name once spoken casually by friends and family, would soon echo through police reports, newspaper headlines, and online discussions for years to come. A disappearance so strange, so sudden, that even today the truth remains hidden somewhere in the shadows of Great Yarmouth.
Police say Daniel was last officially seen on CCTV at a local convenience store called Blanco's around 5:05 p.m. Witnesses also reported seeing him earlier that day near Trinity Quay, close to the river, playing with other boys.
What began as a normal bank holiday weekend would soon become a nightmare for an entire town. On May 3rd, 2003, in the quiet seaside town of Great Yarmouth, England, 7-year-old Daniel Entwistle disappeared without a trace. At first, nobody believed something terrible had happened. Children were outside playing, families were enjoying the long weekend, and to everyone around him, Daniel's day seemed completely ordinary. Daniel was a cheerful young boy with light brown hair and a strong northern accent. That afternoon, he had gone out riding his small red BMX bicycle near his home on Copperfield Avenue. But as evening arrived, something felt wrong. Daniel never came home. At first, his parents believed he was still outside with friends, but as the hours passed, concern slowly turned into panic. Friends and neighbours began searching the streets. People called out Daniel's name throughout the neighbourhood. Soon, police officers joined the search, and within hours, a major investigation was underway. Detectives began trying to piece together Daniel's final known movements. Then, investigators discovered something important. CCTV footage from a nearby convenience store appeared to show Daniel at approximately 5:05 p.m. that evening. It would become one of the final confirmed sightings of him alive. But there was another detail that deeply concerned investigators. Witnesses claimed Daniel had earlier been seen near Trinity Quay, playing close to the river with a group of boys. At first, it may not have seemed unusual, but during the early hours of the following morning, police made a disturbing discovery. Daniel's small red BMX bicycle had been found abandoned near the riverbank, completely alone. From that moment, the investigation intensified dramatically. Search teams focused heavily on the river area. Police divers entered the water. Sonar equipment scanned the riverbed. Rescue teams searched desperately for answers, but nothing was found. No clothing, no sign of struggle, no evidence explaining where Daniel had gone. As days turned into weeks, the mystery only deepened. Police followed thousands of investigative leads and interviewed hundreds of people connected to the case. Over the years, further searches were carried out across Great Yarmouth, but despite every effort, Daniel Entwistle was never found. More than 2 decades later, the disappearance of 7-year-old Daniel remains one of Norfolk's most haunting, unsolved mysteries. What truly happened on that evening in May 2003? Was it a tragic accident, or did somebody out there know far more than they ever admitted? To this day, nobody has the answer. And somewhere within the quiet streets and riverbanks of Great Yarmouth, the mystery of Daniel Entwistle still remains unsolved.